Whoa, whoa, like whoa, Miss Lawrence, whoa. I want to ask you like three last questions because it is evident that we will have to have you back on this program. So we'll have three last questions that we need to ask. Why did you choose your career path? And throughout pursuing your career, what are three major lessons you have learned from the process of building your career?
Okay, so I'll attempt to answer the first one. Why is it that I chose the career path?
Yeah.
I really did not set out to choose this career path. I have done several interviews before, and I remember saying to one of the interview, I did not choose youth development. I did not. As a matter of fact, I had my eyes set on becoming a medical doctor because at the time, if you
Mm-hmm.
were a doctor or a lawyer, say, boy, ready yet. And I
Yeah.
boy, I don't really like the lawyer thing. So I guess, because doctor, I mean, becoming a doctor had in my head, a lot more prestige, doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I wanted to pursue. But then here's the thing, I hated physics, right? I love biology. I hated physics,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So, and that for me, I had to kind of get very honest with myself and be like, boy, this not gonna work out today.
It not gonna work.
This medical thing is not going to work out. And
Yeah.
then when I researched a little bit more and I found out the process that doctors had to go through, with handling of the dead body and the blood and the this, and I'm like, hell no, I
You
ain't
know
cut.
what that.
I was like, hell no. So I was like, okay, since I don't want to, go into medicine, I don't want to go into, the law field. Let me see what else I would like. So at the time, I was very fascinated about the hospitality industry. So I was like, God, this is awesome. I'm gonna go into the hospitality industry. But one thing actually threw me off
What was that?
and it was the fact that I realized I didn't know at the time that when you worked in the hospitality industry, it was like a 7 days a week kind of vibe. And in my head, God is not going to give me a job that is going to take me away from church. And I
Yeah.
remember getting called for a job interview to work at one of Kingston's prestigious hotels. And
Mm,
I remember sitting in the interview at the time. This was while I was doing my degree, and I remember sitting in that interview and the man saying to me that, oh, I see that you are very active in church. Well, you're gonna have to kiss that goodbye.
wow.
I was like,
Kiss
I
that goodbye.
understand. Yes. And I was like, I don't understand. And he's like, well, this is a 7 days a week kind of vibe. You might even just get one Sunday, if possible, for a month to get to go to church. And I was like, listen, at the time, I might not have been very strong, and rooted and grounded in my faith. But one thing I know, God will never give you anything that will take you away from his presence.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember, and I was poised to get that job, like legit. All the persons they interviewed, the guy
Mm,
told me that I would have gotten the job. And I said to him, I said, here's what, I have to decline because I can't afford to be taken. I can't afford to not be in the house of the Lord on a Sunday. I said, I can understand working on a Saturday, but I said, not my day of worship. And the guy looked at me as if I was a mad person.
mad. Mad
Listen,
woman. That should
listen,
work. Mad.
can you
You're
imagine?
mad.
And guess what, Not Joshua? Me the broke and paparazzi and need one work, And
Eh.
but here's the thing. I remember saying to God, God, if I stood up for you in this interview, so you're gonna have to open doors for me, right?
Yeah.
To survive. So I was working on projects, and this is what actually led me into the career that I wanted. When I was in upper six, I was introduced to the Youth Information Center.
Yeah.
I was purchasing a CAPE syllabus over at Canewood. And I remember this Rasta man saying to me, Empress. He said, Empress,
Mm-hmm.
come in. In my head, me I wonder why this Rasta man I call me Jesus.
Mwah.
Like I was ready to light him up, but I realized he was a decent looking Rasta man.
Yeah, yeah,
Time that Rastaman turned out to be Miguel Stepper Williams. I don't know if you know of Stepper, the dub poet on Talk of Youth.
Talk up you. Must have
Yeah,
the talk up
man.
you. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so Stefan at the time was a YEO. He was a youth empowerment officer. I'm so impressed. We have a cyberspace here, and free of cost by the government, and we want young people to come and utilize the space. And I mean, I say, because them time then, Joshua, I never did have no I didn't have any
Laptop.
at home or any means, and the center was really just a savior for me, right? And I
Yeah.
remember going there and volunteering, and I loved how they empowered me. And I was like, Jano, we never know so them work exist. And I
Mm-hmm.
working and doing and growing. I was like, I like this field. And then as I moved on from sixth form, I started UA. I started at that time now I started my degree in management studies marketing, because this guy
Mm-hmm.
told me about marketing. And I was like, what I like this sound cool.
Yeah.
And that's how I actually started to pursue my degree in marketing. And while I was there, I was still volunteering at the center. And I was like, God, this is what I wanted to do. So I became the senior volunteer at the time for the Kingston Center. And to
Mm-hmm.
be honest, many persons who came to that center thought I worked there full time.
They thought you worked there.
They thought I worked there because of the level of dedication I had. I knew the job inside out. And so when the opportunity came for me
Mm-hmm.
to apply for the job, I did. And of course, to God be the glory, I got the job, because it was almost as though me doing something I was doing for all my life. Because at that time, I would have been volunteering there for 5 years, consecutive years,
Yeah.
right? So I knew the job inside out. And of course, they say, you know what, let me, so I got through the job. And since then, I've been in youth development. And so I don't think I chose the path. I think God chose that path for me. I didn't know this was in me. But I've grown to love what I do and how it impacts and empowers young people. I've grown to love the fact that young people like yourself, when I'm looking at you, interviewing me, I'm like, wow, God, you're awesome. Because I mean, this is great. And looking
Yeah.
back at the many young persons who would have passed through the programs and would have benefited by, the support from the government and so on, particularly the youth department. And I've seen the growth and the elevation. That for me warms my heart. When I see young people being able to move and to progress, to fulfilling their fullest potential, that for me is very satisfying. And so that's really how I got into youth development, and I've been doing this ever since. To ourselves, to our environment, that there is something greater and deeper on the inside of us that we need to manifest, and we need to own, and we need to get it done. Joshua, there is a purpose on your life that needs to be manifested. And so you have to make power moves. Power moves is about tapping into your core of who you are, unleashing your potential and fulfilling your purpose. That's what power moves are.